An index is a mathematical equation comprising the values of a selection of shares on a particular exchange. There is no such thing as a deliverable index, so you can only trade one with a CFD or a future contract. In practice, this means that indices are generally very liquid and tend to be significantly more traded than their biggest individual constituents. Gaps and spikes are generally rare. Unlike shares, indices have both overnight and regular sessions. The direction of the price between these might be different, but usually large volume is only involved during the regular session. For many people who haven't day traded individual shares before, indices can be a good introduction. They move on many of the same factors, but are normally more forgiving of mistakes. Similarly, CFDs on indices are much less volatile on average than individual shares. If, for example, Tesla posts a very weak earnings release, it will usually be extremely volatile in the aftermath. Some people will sell their holdings in panic, while others will soon jump in eagerly to pick up more shares at a discount. For the Nasdaq 100, after this release, volatility won't be nearly as high. Tesla is just one constituent of 100 in the index, and it's usually the same for any event affecting a specific share or group of shares in the same sector. This is an advantage for newer or risk-averse traders, but for experienced traders who are sure about what they're doing, high risk can be acceptable. When to focus on shares and when indices depends on sentiment and conditions in the broader market. In addition to lower volatility, trading indices instead of individual shares makes it easier to manage your positions. If you think a correction is coming for the tech sector, for example, it's easier and, most of the time, less risky to sell 0.2 lots of US tech than 0.05 lots of Tesla, Apple, Amazon and Facebook. The same idea applies with most other combinations of shares from the same sector. For traders of CFDs who want to hedge against their deliverable assets, indices can save time and effort. If you held a wide range of shares in the same or similar sectors in different amounts, it would be time-consuming and potentially quite difficult to calculate how to hedge 100% by selling the corresponding CFDs. Selling the appropriate volume of the relevant index instead would be simpler and, other things being equal, more likely to succeed.